To get the intuition better, I want to explain how LLMs internally operate. LLMs are called autoregressive. I told you that like these words, tokens are represented as an array of numbers, right? And number of positions in this array is the dimension. So basically in that dimensional space, it's a point. Every content is represented as a point in this high dimensional space. And when it predicts the next token, it's actually predicting the next point to go to. And then you take the next predicted word or token and then add to the input and then recompute it again, and it predicts another token. So basically it's going step by step. It's walking within this high dimensional space, or I would call diffusing, to a particular point. And that's what you want. That's the response that you want. But if it starts with a completely different direction, then it might be way harder to get that point. So it's a diffusion process in this high dimensional space. That's what's called autoregressive, because it's taking the generated output as an input and generates another output. Why is this intuition important? Because the prompt is actually giving an initial kick, giving an initial direction, how it should be going forward. It's basically you're giving an instruction to go how actually navigating this high dimensional space with your words, and it follows those wordings to get into that point. And you will see why chain of thoughts, I'm going to explain chain of thought later on, works. For example, if you ask a math question and ask an answer directly, it's going to guess the answer, because the language models, LLMs, are not a reasoning like native computer engines. They are basically predictive models. When you ask a mathematical question, it's going to guess the answer, right? But if you ask it to think step by step first, then answer it, it will first generate the reasoning steps. Instead of like in this high dimensional step, instead of jumping to the conclusion immediately, it's first going to generate the next possible ways to get it there. And then it will use the set of reasoning as an input to generate the output, which will increase the reliability and robustness of what you really want to get out of these models.